Welcome into Chicago Bears Now. I'm your host, Harrison Graham. Appreciate everybody for clicking on today's video. Let's get you guys caught up on the latest Chicago Bears news and rumors. Here's our Bears rumors roundup. We'll kick things off. Could the Bears draft Baylor speedy wide receiver Tyquan Thornton? I'll go two smoking Jays. People are talking, and Thornton is talking to the Bears, actually, as he visited Hallis Hall on Monday for a little pre-draft meeting there, and he caught a lot of people's attention at the NFL Combine when he ran a 4.28 in the 40. I think his initial time was like a 4.21 or something. Everybody was like, he broke the record, and then the official time came in 4.28. Still incredibly fast at the end of the day, and quite frankly, I think his skill set is that of a guy who could be a draft sleeper for Chicago in this draft. He can flat out fly at 6'2", 187, a little light on the frame there, but he is a absolute speedy wide receiver. He can really burn. Not, in some of the quick drills wasn't, fantastic at the combine, but straight line speed, you're not going to find many more faster people on the planet, much less in the National Football League. And, quite frankly, pretty darn productive last year. This is not just a track star that didn't play that much college football. Four-year player at Baylor, had almost 1,000 yards last year, averaged over 15 yards a catch, 10 touchdowns. He was a red zone threat. Remember, I just told you, 6'2", 187. He's not the, thickest guy, but he's got a nice frame there at 6'2", and hopefully he can bulk up a little bit in the NFL. But I think you think about a potential fit here. Can he be like a wide receiver 4 as a rookie? Like, see if who's better out of him and Daz Newsome, perhaps, as a 20, 25 snaps a game guy that just runs go routes for you. Maybe you hit a couple of them throughout the season. I think he could be just that. I think he could be a deep ball type of weapon for Fields. Now, he struggles at times when corners press him because he's not the most physical player, but the college production's there. The speed is there. I think if you work with him a little bit on some of this technique stuff, he can be a weapon for you in the NFL. Even if he becomes like a Marquez Valdes-Scantling, where he's inconsistent, but he hits a couple of home runs a year by burning secondaries, I think in day 3 of the draft, 5th-round pick, something like that, I think that could be pretty darn valuable. Should the Bears draft former college Baylor Bear Tyquan Thornton on day 3, I don't think you'd spend a 2nd or 3rd-round pick on him. Type D for draft or type P for pass. If he's there in round 5, I think he's worthwhile. We'll keep it moving here on today's show. Are the Bears going to sign another tight end, James O'Shaughnessy? Two smoking Jays. People are talking, and like Thornton, O'Shaughnessy was at Hallis Hall on Monday as he made a free agent visit. Good blocker, decent pass catcher. He's from Naperville as well, so he knows the area well. He's an Illinois native and has connections to Ryan Poles as he spent the first couple of seasons in the NFL with the Kansas City Chiefs before going to Jacksonville. That's where he spent his past several seasons. But you look at the tight end depth chart, because I've already gotten a bunch of DMs after this broke yesterday. Why do the Bears feel the need to always have 8 tight ends? Well, they actually only have 3, which is not that many. Cole Kmet's going to start. Ryan Griffin's a quality backup. Jesper Horsted is still a bit of a project. I like the potential there, but we certainly need to see more. But let's just be clear. You need at least 4 tight ends for training camp, maybe 5 or more. It's a 90-man roster, guys. You don't want to have 3 tight ends for camp. You need more than that. So I don't have a problem with this at all. He's similar to Ryan Griffin, quality backup. If he needs to start in a pinch, he's played for a while, so he could do that. You don't want him to. But quite frankly, I think Ryan Griffin and James O'Shaughnessy are probably upgrades from Jimmy Graham and Jesse James. For sure, Jimmy Graham, he's washed, and better than both those guys were as blockers as well. Make sure you guys follow us here on Rumble because we're publishing our videos over there. And a cool feature on Rumble that YouTube only provides if you are a premium YouTube member is you can actually listen to our episodes while having other apps open. Isn't it kind of annoying sometimes when you're certain apps, you have them open, you're watching a video and you want to listen to it, but you get a text or something that you want to open, and then as soon as you open the text, it just pauses. Not on Rumble. The video will keep playing and you can listen to it audio style, podcast style as well. That is a benefit of the app. Rumble.com/BearsNow, and plus some exclusive content that you can catch first on Rumble. Go check that out and support the show. If you've already subbed on YouTube, following us on Rumble is an easy way to support us. Let's continue to grow this show. More on O'Shaughnessy. I thought last year, actually, he only played in 7 games due to some injury stuff, but 24 catches in 7 games. That's about 3.5 a game, 244. Didn't find the end zone, but the Jags were a mess. For a team that was a disaster, over 10 yards a catch, 24 catches for 244 in 7 games. If you average that out over a full season, that's over 500 yards and over 50 catches. That's like low-end tight end 1 numbers. Now, again, he would not be that here, but we don't know if the new regime likes Jesper Horsted, number 1. And Horsted, number 2, is not a guy you want blocking a lot. He has a wide receiver background. That's not a guy like, hey, go chip block for us. No, but O'Shaughnessy and Ryan Griffin can do that for you because they've played tight end in the NFL for a long time, and they've both done it pretty well as a backup and kind of as a pinch hitter starter type. A few games here and there if they need to start, they can certainly do that. Don't freak out if they sign this guy. It's actually a good thing. You need at least one more tight end to take into training camp. Do the Bears need another tight end? I actually think the answer is yes, and if he's super cheap, I'm down. Type Y for yes, type N for no. Let us know. Do the Bears need another tight end? You can also subscribe to us here on YouTube. I know a lot of you guys already have, almost 46,000. We're about 100 subs away from that number. But here's the interesting thing. 120 away, so help us get to 46,000. I look at the YouTube analytics when they're available, and like half of you guys don't subscribe. It's free. I would appreciate it. Hey, rub my back, I'll rub yours type of thing. Subscribe to the channel. Daily free videos, 120 away from 46,000. Hey, you could be the 46,000th subscriber. I appreciate it, and hey, we'll continue to plug out videos every single day. All right, next up here, Trevor Siemian. Is he ready to help Justin Fields? Yeah, 4 smoking Jays on this one. Siemian did a sit-down interview with ChicagoBears.com. Talked about his excitement to join the team. He said the clear vision of the franchise attracted him to Chicago, which I think is actually a very positive thing because Trevor Siemian has been with some good franchises and some bad franchises, and for him to say that about a franchise with a brand new regime, I think that's positive. But he also talked about how he can help Justin Fields due to his experience both as a backup and as a starter. So I think that's a good thing, and I think that's going to be good moving forward for the young quarterback. Here's some of what Siemian had to say to ChicagoBears.com. The compass is set. These are really smart guys who believe in what they're doing and have a clear vision for the direction of the club. That was something that was attractive for me. There were a few opportunities, but none that got me as excited as coming here. Siemian on Fields. For Justin, I can give him a little bit of perspective. I don't want to act like I have all the answers, and he's certainly going to get plenty of coaching. But being a young starter, because I was one several years ago, you need kind of a foxhole guy. Or a guy on some days to just talk football with, and on some days to talk about movies or whatever else and shoot the breeze with. Justin's got so much potential, so I'm looking to do whatever I can to help him hopefully make a jump here. This is how a veteran backup quarterback should think and what his approach should be. Trevor Siemian is not naive coming in here thinking he could start. Like the last couple of years, like wherever Joe Flacco goes, you know, media, hey, how do you feel about coming in and being a backup? Oh, well, I'm not. It's not how I look at it. Like, dude, you're the backup. Like Trevor Siemian knows he's the backup. He can help Justin Fields, and the good thing is if Fields is injured or whatever, Siemian's got starting experience too, and he can come in and not screw things up completely. But I'm excited to see him work with Fields and help him make that jump, because that's what we're all hoping for and what we're all, expecting, quite frankly, as with better, competent coaching and hopefully a few more pieces with him on offense. I still think the Bears need to add a little bit more on the O-line and at receiver. But Trevor Siemian's a pro. He's been in a lot of situations. I thought he helped out New Orleans last year, having to start in a pinch and played fairly well. He's going to help Fields out. I really, really do believe that. He's got a good head on his shoulders. He's happy to be here. This is going to be good. I think backup quarterback is an underrated person on a roster. And none of this is to say that Nick Foles couldn't have done these things, but I just think Nick Foles at this point, he doesn't want to be in Chicago. I don't think he's going to be on this team. So I think, you had to get a quality backup, and Trevor Siemian is just that. So I think that's going to be nothing but good for Justin Fields. Are you excited to see what Fields does this year? Type me if you are down in the comments. I know I'm fired up. Let me know if you guys are as well. Type me in the comments, and we'll see you on our next video.